this NFC wildcard game. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Bridgewater going to throw right away. He rifles one that's intercepted. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes, because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass interference, and they gain over 30 yards of real estate on that one.
Flush to his right. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Bridgewater. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. Touchdown, Detroit! They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for, and taken.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Stafford. That'll be caught. It's caught. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Stafford. This is going to be incomplete.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 24 3 yards the pickup there.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
From just shy of midfield, Bridgewater. And incomplete on the deep ball.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
Bridgewater on 3rd and 2. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Bobby Wagner multiple times in All-Pro in there to drop him for a loss. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Throw left side, complete to Kupp. And he'll be out right at the 35. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
That's good. Rams, 1st down.
To throw is Stafford. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
That's another Rams 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll go again here with Akers. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
10 more yards.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
10 yards on the pickup.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, LA! Cam Akers, 31 yards. And the Rams are an extra point away from taking the lead. The extra point by Mevis is up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6.
Lions 6.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try to keep the defense defense honest.
I mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down.
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Bridgewater. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards to play. The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Bridgewater. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing, Bridgewater. And that is incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. 76 yards rushing for him in his first half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. A very tough run, but for a pretty short gain out near the 32. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Julian Okwara just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here comes the Rams punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taking it about the 16. So that a 56-yard punt with a 14-yard return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be. Give your kicker a chance to give you those 3 points. But in the meantime, if someone falls asleep on the defensive side, you might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield, too.
On 2nd and 10, Bridgewater. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Bridgewater. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Rams are going offense here with the 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. On 1st down at Stafford. That'll be caught by Kupp. On the move past the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And out of bounds right around the 20. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. To the air again, Stafford. This is caught. Touchdown, Rams. Cam Akers. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Rams will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some. And it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get
touchdown, LA! Cooper Kupp as the first half is winding down, and the Rams will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Mevis is up and good, and the lead now up to 14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. These two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work to run it a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working, but they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got him in, complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
82 yards rushing for him now, as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the second round. On the counter, this is Akers. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Rams continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Bridgewater. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw, Bridgewater. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Going right back to Akers. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Bridgewater. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw is Bridgewater. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to the top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he's got some space here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
50-50.
Now a give. Akers running left. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are to be front. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be brought down at the 27. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Bridgewater now. There's Chark with a great grab. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 164 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. A give running right is Akers. And pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. 2nd down coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, here's Stafford. He'll dump this off to Akers. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. And that one complete downfield to Kupp. Touchdown! Cooper Kupp with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Nevis is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
From the 29, Bridgewater. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's it.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
So many times we end the game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. A CD there up big, but they're still passing. Had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Lions are going to have it here at their own 15. But, Charles, I know you appreciate seeing this great defense, especially with the heightened intensity of the postseason. These two defenses, they have risen to the occasion to force back-to-back interceptions.
You know me well, Brandon. I always stand with my fellow defenders. And I love watching them make plays, and you nailed it. It's playoff time. This is when it matters most.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run, the best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away.